So I just spent fucking 20 minutes sitting here trying to think about what my next video is going to be about. And then lo and behold, when I go to my fucking camera roll, I find an already made thumbnail about my next video that I don't even fucking remember making. But anyway, Islam Makhachev versus Arman is bound to happen. I definitely think it is going to happen. Islam, is itching for another fight, and the UFC has to give it to him. This guy is going through legends like fucking paper, like punching through paper. This guy is really just beating up all of his opponents, and he's looking for new ones. He's not, really picking and choosing. He's just asking Dana to fucking set him up with whoever, and he'll run through him too. So you got to respect that. I'm not the biggest Islam fan. I'm definitely more of a Volk fan than an Islam fan, so I am kind of mad at Islam for what he did to Volk. But that being said, there's no denying how great Islam is, As much as you may hate a fighter or make fun of him, like John Jones, like a lot of people who go at John Jones, as much as you fucking hate the guy, you would trash him, or you side with all the big MMA content creators and don't really have a fucking opinion for yourself, and you want to hate it, whatever the case may be. There's no denying what they've done to the sport, for the sport. There's no denying what they've done, the people they've beat, the cold, hard, factual record they have behind them that proves and solidifies their greatness. Same shit can be said for Islam. Okay, this guy is the real deal, and he's looking for another guy to fight. And I feel like that next guy up is definitely Arman, and he's proved it against Charles Oliveira, because Charles Oliveira is no joke, as we all know, because so many people love this guy, and for honorable and respected reasons, because this guy is great. He says he has no enemies. He likes to be friends with all the guys. He fights in the octagon, and on top of that, his fights are very entertaining. He has this berserker-like style, excellent jiu-jitsu, crazy cool submissions, great striking too, good boxing. This guy's got it all, and for Arman to really kind of, in my opinion, I feel like he shut Charles down. I don't think like Arman starched Charles, but I think he put a change in Charles when he went out there, because Charles Oliveira to me in that fight looked like Leon Edwards did at UFC 304, or Israel Adesanya did against Dricus du Plessis. Some fights, it really fucking sucks to see your favorite fighters go out and fight like there's something missing. Fight like they've got enough money and they're just there to get another paycheck, and that's it. Fight without hunger, it really sucks. And you gotta admit and tell yourself that it happens. It's reality. Some fighters are gonna do that, I don't think John Jones ever does that, you know what I'm saying? And that's just my opinion, but some fighters do that, they'll go out and it looks like they're just the lesser version of themselves in that fight. And I feel like Charles went out like that. A lot of people may disagree with me, but that's how I feel. Charles went out there and he looked very unsure of himself on the feet, like he rarely does that. Because again, in a lot of fights, he'll go out and he'll even fucking start the fight with a fucking flying kick to the head or flying knee or some crazy shit like that to put their opponent on the back foot and just go crazy. He didn't do none of that. For some reason, he looked scared of Arman on the feet, which I don't really think you really need to do. Arman's striking is good. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's stellar. I think Arman is definitely more of a grappler. He's got strong grappling. And I don't think you really need to be that fucking scared of him on the feet. That being said, Arman really, put a change in Charles in that fight, and you got to respect him for it. That being said, he's going up against Islam. Islam is a fucking monster, an absolute monster, man. The way he put out Volk, the way he put out Charles, he's finishing guys like nobody's business, Granted, he did finish Volk in the second time they fought. Volk did take him for 5 rounds in the first, but either way, Arman is the real deal. Islam is the real deal. So is Arman. And before I tell you how great fucking Islam is and how I think he's going to win, I will say Arman is a great fighter. This guy's grappling is no fucking joke. The show he put on against Charles Oliveira is something to really watch and fucking study. This guy is strong. This guy is focused. And his grappling can definitely fucking lead him to wins. Look, I hate the fuck out of Arman Sakarian, and I should have led with that, but I don't like the guy. I really don't. Something about him just he looks like a fucking douchebag. He acts like a douchebag. He's got a douchebag face. douchebag facial expressions. I don't like the guy. I really fucking don't, you know. That being said, there's no denying his skill set. You know, he's a good fighter. Again, striking, good, not great, and grappling, excellent. I would argue his grappling is on the level of Islam. I really would. Because this guy is aware, he's strong, and in his fight against Islam, which was close, they were arguably going bar for bar, band for band. You know what I'm saying? So I think that may happen in their next fight. But on to my prediction about how that fight goes and what the result will be. Arman Tsarukyan versus Islam Makhachev is going to be one of them classic grappling, wrestling, semi-striking fights. It's basically going to be, I think, really, really close to their first fight together because, you know, keep in mind, this is Arman Tsarukyan versus Islam Makhachev too. And it's going to go like the first fight, but I feel like the decision maker is going to be Islam's edge in striking. I think it's going to go like the first fight, but Islam is going to be able to put his hands on Arman more often and land harder than he did in their first fight. And I think that's going to decide the fight. I don't think Islam, out of respect for Arman's skill set and how good he is right now, I don't think Islam is going to knock out Arman, but I think it's going to go to a decision win for Islam again. I think the grappling is going to go band for band, bar for bar. I don't think Islam's going to have that much of a leg up on Arman with the grappling. That being said, like I said before, Islam's got that fucking striking down, man. That guy can fucking strike. To really go fucking punch for punch with Volk, you got to have some fucking hands. Islam's got those hands, and I think he's going to put them on Arman, and I think that's going to give Islam an upper hand in this fight. So yeah, I'm thinking about if there's anything else I need to say about this matchup, and there really isn't. It's going to be a really good fight. I like these type of fights, these heavy grappling, mixed in with striking, them real Russian, Eastern European, you know, badass motherfucker fights. I think this is one of them. I'm gonna give it to Islam. I'm going with Islam. This guy he's on the up and up. He's chasing after John Jones. Really, he surpassed Khabib. And as much as a lot of people won't give these Dagestani guys credit, they are some badass motherfuckers. And Islam will prove it to you again when he fights Arman. And hopefully Khabib's in his corner, because you know it's really cool to see him in Islam's corner. Anyway, that's my prediction for this fight. I'll hit you guys up with another video probably later today because I gotta post more often now. Love y'all. Let me know what the fuck you motherfuckers think.